Ladies and gentlemen, why does it feel like every time the Warriors have a good start to a season, they just fall off right after? For those of y'all who don't know, the Warriors started off their season 12-30. Now they just look mid. They look like play-in exits again. And one of the main problems is Buddy Hield. Let me explain. Buddy Hield the first 5 games of the season averaged 14 points, 40% from the field, and 40% from 3, which considering that he shoots over 5 threes a game, was very good. Buddy Hield was shooting lights out from 3. I mean, from the looks of it at the time, it looked like he was a way better replacement of Klay Thompson, who himself had been shooting bricks. But later into the season, it looks like he's already washed. And don't even get me started on Brandon Bajensky. How are you already washed in your sophomore season? And look, I know what y'all about to say. Jazz, it's his sophomore season. He still has room to improve. And yeah, you will be right, but I just honestly don't give a f***. Okay, I think we can all agree that we didn't expect the Warriors to be this great team, but at the same time, I didn't expect them to be great, then mid. It's just confusing. Draymond Green is still this good role player, Steph Curry is still an all-star at the age of 36, and Andrew Wiggins isn't completely washed. Well, maybe, but you get the point. The Warriors still have a solid roster. But if we're being quite honest, I think everybody knows that they're playing exits again. And if they're not playing exits, then they're first round exits. The Warriors just don't have the star power anymore. I know that I was just praising Curry, but he's regressing. He's 36. Draymond, 34. Andrew Wiggins, 29. The whole roster is old. And if they don't trade for a superstar, they're even more cooked than they are right now. But if the Warriors want to be a good team, then they really have to lock in. Jonathan Kuminga has to show us that he made that leap. Andrew Wiggins can't keep looking like a rip-off Chris Middleton. And all of the role players have to play expectational. Now, I'm not saying that they're a perfect team, because let's be honest, you can't be a perfect team without a perfect roster. But it is possible to still be a really good team. Now, the Warriors have to pick one path. Either contend and keep Curry, or rebuild and trade the whole roster. Now, I know what y'all finna tell me. Jazz, they're not gonna trade Curry. They're not gonna trade Draymond. Shit, they won't even trade Kuminga. And I'm here to tell you that you're right. Obviously, we've known what Curry has done for the team. Draymond is a vet, and Kuminga is their only hope for the future. And if the Warriors were to make a big trade, would it really be enough to beat the Thunder, or the Mavs, or the Nuggets, or any of these contending teams in the West? I don't think so, right? I mean, the best they could get right now is Jimmy Butler, who is on the tail end of his prime and causes a scene like a 6-year-old because teams don't want to pay him a max contract. So both paths obviously have their pros and cons. Still contending with this mid team is good for the ticket prices, but terrible for the eventual rebuild. On the other hand, rebranding is terrible for the prices, but it speeds up the rebuild so that you could get higher picks. And higher picks in a draft obviously means you get better players. Even though I only show 2 paths, there is one path that the Warriors need to go on. So we all know that Curry's dad, Del Curry, played in the NBA for the Hornets, right? A 6'4" shooting guard who could shoot lights out for his era. Well, in 2016, articles about Curry going to the Hornets to honor his dad, Del Curry, surfaced on the internet. And I know what you're saying right now. I'm not gonna take your ass serious, but listen, hear me out. What if Steph Curry was traded to the Charlotte Hornets? Think about it. The Warriors don't need Curry, and Curry doesn't need the Warriors. So why not Curry end his career on a beautiful moment, honoring his dad, Del Curry? I think this would be a beautiful tribute for Del Curry. And not only that, he also gets to play with LaMelo, who has more All-Star votes than him right now. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up the video. Do y'all think the Warriors should rebuild? Should they still contend? Or should he take his talents to the Charlotte Hornets? And with that said, I'm out, y'all. Peace.